My wife's high school sweetheart returned to town as a millionaire. She immediately told me, "I think we married too young." I agreeably signed the divorce papers. 6 months later, the ex was arrested for fraud, and she was calling me begging for help. Original post: I, 35 male, have been married for 8 years. Thought we had a solid thing going. We met in college, got married at 27, bought a modest house in the suburbs, both had decent jobs. Nothing fancy, but comfortable. We were planning to start trying for kids next year. 3 months ago, her high school sweetheart rolled back into town. She mentioned him casually at first. "Oh, my ex from high school just moved back. He's doing really well, apparently." Then it was coffee to catch up. Then it was he's taking me to lunch, just as friends, obviously. Then dinner. Then she started dressing different. Better perfume, new clothes I didn't recognize. I'm not stupid. I knew something was up, but here's the thing. I didn't panic. I just watched. 2 weeks ago, she came home from another friendly dinner and sat me down at our kitchen table. The one I'd refinished myself last year, spending weekends stripping the old varnish and applying new stain. "That detail matters later. We need to talk," she said. Classic opener. I put down my phone and gave her my full attention. "I've been doing a lot of thinking," she continued, "about us, about our marriage, and I think we married too young." I didn't say anything, just waited. We were 27. We hadn't experienced enough of life. We didn't know who we really were yet. And now I'm 35 and I'm realizing there's so much I missed out on. "Okay," I said. She blinked. "Okay? Yeah, if that's how you feel, okay?" She looked thrown off, like she'd expected me to fight her on it. "I think we should separate, maybe get divorced. I need to figure out who I am outside of this marriage." "Is this about your high school ex?" Her face flushed. "This isn't about him. This is about me, about us. We're not right anymore." "Cool, I'll call a lawyer tomorrow." Now she looked genuinely shocked. "You're not even gonna try to save this?" I looked at her. Really looked at her. "You're sitting here telling me you don't want to be married anymore. You've been going out with another dude for weeks. What exactly am I supposed to save? I just thought you'd care more." "I care enough to not drag this out. You want out, you're out. Simple." She got defensive then. "You're being incredibly cold about this. You want me to cry and beg? That's not happening. You made your choice. I'm respecting it." That conversation was on a Wednesday. By Friday, I'd contacted 3 divorce attorneys and picked one. My buddy who's been through this recommended a guy who's practical and doesn't drag things out unnecessarily. Filed no fault, agreed to split everything 50-50 to keep it moving fast. She moved out 2 weeks later, stayed with her parents while she figured things out. Yeah, right? I saw her Instagram story at some fancy restaurant that weekend. Her ex's watch was visible in the shot of them holding champagne glasses. The divorce moved quick because neither of us fought it. House went up for sale. We split our savings account down the middle. She got her car, I kept mine. No kids, no pets, just assets to divide. I did keep one thing though, that kitchen table I'd refinished. She didn't want it anyway, said it was too rustic for her new aesthetic. I also kept all my woodworking tools and the projects in the garage. She called them hobby junk. 1 month after she moved out, I saw her Facebook relationship status change to "in a relationship," tagged her ex. Comments were full of her friends congratulating them, saying they were meant to be and finally found your way back to each other. Her mom called me. "You're really not going to fight for her? She doesn't want to be fought for. She wants to be with him. I'm letting her." You're giving up too easily. Or I'm respecting her decision like an adult. Her mom huffed and hung up. The divorce finalized 6 weeks ago. We each got about $85 from the house sale after paying off the mortgage and realtor fees. Split the furniture we couldn't agree on via text message negotiations. She took the living room set, I took the bedroom furniture and my workshop stuff. I moved into a small 2-bedroom apartment closer to work. Spent a weekend setting up my woodworking area on the covered patio. Started taking on some custom furniture commissions through social media. Turns out people really dig handmade stuff. Life was quiet, not bad, just different. Then yesterday happened. Update 1, 2 months post-divorce. So things have been interesting. My ex-wife has been living her best life on social media. Every post is about her amazing boyfriend, their incredible dates, the luxury lifestyle. She went from our modest suburban existence to posting shots of designer handbags and weekend trips to resorts. Her ex drives a Tesla, wears expensive suits, takes her to places that cost more for one meal than we used to spend on groceries in a month. She posted about how he's a self-made success story who built his wealth through smart investments and business ventures. Meanwhile, I'm over here eating leftover pizza and building a bookshelf for my neighbor. Her friends have been brutal on social media, saw comments on her posts like, "You look so much happier now," and "This is what you deserve." One of her cousins literally commented, "Finally with someone who can give you the life you should have had." Whatever. I muted her on everything but didn't block her. Blocking felt like I cared too much. My life actually got better in weird ways. I started going to this woodworking co-op space twice a week. Met some cool people. One guy has been teaching me advanced joinery techniques. A woman there introduced me to her single sister last week, but I'm not ready for that yet. Just focusing on me. Took on a big commission, a custom dining table for a client who saw my work online. $2,400 for materials and labor. Spent 3 weeks on it, working evenings and weekends. The satisfaction of creating something with my hands beats scrolling social media watching my ex pretend her life is perfect. But here's where things got weird. Her mom called me 2 weeks ago. Caught me off guard because we hadn't spoken since that first call. "How are you doing?" she asked. Actually sounded concerned. "I'm fine, staying busy." "That's good, that's really good." Pause. "Have you talked to her at all?" "No, why would I?" "She seems different lately. I can't put my finger on it." "Different how?" "Just stressed. She says everything's great, but I can tell she's worried about something." "Well, she's got her successful boyfriend. I'm sure they'll figure it out." Her mom sighed. "I know you think I took her side in all this. You did take her side. I was supporting my daughter, but between you and me, I never liked that boy she dated in high school. Something about him always felt off." Interesting timing for that revelation. "Not my problem anymore," I said. "I know, I wanted to check on you. You were a good husband. I hope you know that." The call ended and I went back to sanding a chair leg. Didn't think much about it. Until 3 days ago. I was at the hardware store buying wood stain when I ran into one of her ex's former business partners. I know this because he saw me, did a double take, and walked over. "You're her ex-husband, right?" he asked. "Yeah?" "Dude, you dodged a bullet." Turns out her boyfriend's business ventures were sketchy as hell. This guy had partnered with him on a real estate investment thing that went sideways. Said he barely got his initial investment back, and the whole operation seemed borderline illegal. "I can't prove anything," he said, "but I'd bet money he's running some kind of scheme. Everything's smoke and mirrors. The cars, the clothes, the lifestyle, it's all leveraged to the max. Dude's probably drowning in debt but making it look good." I thanked him for the info and left. Didn't know what to do with it. Not my circus, not my monkeys anymore. Right? Finished my commission table. Client loved it, posted photos of the finished piece, and got 3 more inquiries. Apparently there's good money in custom furniture if you're decent at it. Life was actually pretty okay. Peaceful. Then yesterday morning, my phone rang at 6:45 a.m. Unknown number. Almost didn't answer. "Hello? It's me." My ex-wife's voice. Shaky. "Why are you calling from a random number?" "My phone got shut off. I'm using my friend's phone." Red flag. "Okay. Can we meet? I need to talk to you about something important." "We're divorced. We don't have anything to talk about. Please, it's urgent. Just coffee. 1 hour." Something in her voice made me agree. Curiosity, maybe, or stupidity. We met at a diner near her parents' place. She looked rough, hair not done like usual, no makeup, wearing jeans and a hoodie instead of the designer stuff from her Instagram. She ordered coffee, didn't touch it. "What's going on?" I asked. "I made a mistake." "Of course, okay." With him, with the divorce, with everything. I sipped my coffee, waited. He's not who I thought he was. The business stuff, the money, it's not real. Most of it's borrowed or, I don't know, it's complicated. "So why tell me?" "Because I need help." And there it was. I gave him $50,000, she said quietly. I nearly spit out my coffee. "You what?" "For my half of the house sale," He said he had this amazing investment opportunity. Guaranteed returns. I'd double my money in 6 months. You gave your ex-boyfriend from high school $50,000. Based on what exactly? He showed me paperwork. It looked legitimate. He's been doing this for years. He knows what he's doing. Apparently not. Her hands were shaking. I can't get it back. He keeps saying it's tied up in the investment. It'll mature soon. Just be patient. But it's been 2 months and I need that money. I only have $35 left and rent is killing me. What rent? I thought you were living with him? She looked down. I was, but we had a fight about the money and I moved out, got my own place because I didn't want to seem desperate. The irony was incredible. So you spent the divorce settlement on a fancy apartment and a bad investment, and now you're broke. I'm not broke. I just need some of that money back to cover expenses until my next paycheck. Still not explaining why you called me. I thought maybe you could talk to him. Guy to guy, explain that I really need the money back. I actually laughed. Couldn't help it. You want me to help you get back the money you invested with your boyfriend who you left me for? He's not my boyfriend anymore. We broke up. Still not my problem. You were always good at talking to people. Reasonable. He might listen to you. No, please. I don't know what else to do. Here's a thought. Get a lawyer. If he took your money under false pretenses, that's fraud. I can't afford a lawyer right now. Then I guess you learned an expensive lesson about giving large sums of money to high school sweethearts who flash expensive watches. She started crying. Real tears, not manipulation tears. I could tell the difference. I know I screwed up. I know I hurt you. But I'm asking for help. And I'm saying no. I'm not getting involved in whatever mess you created with him. I stood up, put a 20 on the table for both our coffees. Lose this number, I said. We're done. Left her sitting there. Update 2. 3 weeks later, things escalated in ways I didn't see coming. After the diner meeting, she called me 6 more times from different numbers. I picked up the first 2, told her to stop calling, then started ignoring them. Finally sent one text. Contact me again, and I'm filing harassment charges. That bought me a week of silence. Then her mom called. Again. She's in trouble. Her mom said without preamble, real trouble, not my circus. She lost $50,000 to that scumbag. Did she tell you that? Yep. Also told me it's not my problem. She's your wife, ex-wife, very, very ex. She made a mistake. People make mistakes. Sure, and people face consequences. She chose to leave our marriage for this guy. She chose to invest her money with him. She chose all of it. I'm choosing to not get involved. You're being cruel. I'm being boundaried. There's a difference. Her mom tried the guilt trip angle for 10 more minutes before I ended the call. 2 days later, I got a Facebook message from my ex's best friend. We'd been friendly during the marriage, but I hadn't heard from her since the divorce. Hey, I know you probably don't want to hear from anyone in her circle, but I thought you should know what's really going on. Against my better judgment, I read on. Turns out it's worse than my ex let on. She didn't just invest $50,000 with her boyfriend. She also co-signed on a luxury car lease for him, $800 per month. Put him on her credit cards as an authorized user. He racked up $15,000 in charges and loaned him another $10 in cash for business expenses. Total damage, roughly $75, plus ongoing credit card debt. Her ex apparently pulled the same scam on 2 other women in the past year. Promise of investment returns, luxury lifestyle, then ghost when things get tight. He'd already moved on to some 23-year-old he met at a gym. She's completely destroyed financially, her friend wrote. Had to move back in with her parents, can barely make minimum payments on the credit cards. She's too proud to file bankruptcy, but that's where she's heading. I felt nothing. Not satisfaction, not pity, just nothing. Thanks for letting me know, I replied. But I can't help. She's not asking you to fix it. She just needs someone to talk to who understands financial stuff. You were always good with money. I'm good with money because I don't invest my life savings with con artists. Her friend went quiet after that. The weekend hit and I had plans to install custom shelving in my apartment. Bought some beautiful maple, had the whole thing designed. Therapeutic work. Sunday afternoon, my doorbell rang. Checked the peephole. My ex-wife, with her dad. I opened the door but didn't invite them in. We need to talk, her dad said. He'd always been the reasonable one in her family. About? About helping her fix this mess. No. Hear me out. I'm not asking you to give her money. I'm asking you to come with me to talk to this guy. Convince him to return at least some of what she gave him. Why would he listen to me? Because you're calm, logical. You can explain that what he did was wrong without it getting emotional. I almost closed the door, almost. What's in it for me, I asked. Her dad looked surprised. You'd be helping someone you cared about. Cared about? Past tense. She made it very clear we were done. My ex stepped forward. I'll pay you $1,000 if you help me get any money back. You just told me you're broke? My dad will pay you. Her dad shot her a look but didn't deny it. Let me get this straight, I said. You want to pay me $1,000 to help you recover money that you invested with the guy you left me for, because you can't afford a lawyer to do this properly. Yes. The audacity was impressive. Here's my counteroffer. No. Her dad tried to negotiate. What if we make it $2,000? What if you respect my boundaries and leave? You know what? I was wrong about you, my ex snapped. I thought you were a good person, but you're just vindictive and petty. You're enjoying watching me suffer. I'm not watching you do anything. I'm living my life. You keep inserting yourself into it. I asked you for one thing, just help me talk to him. And I said no, multiple times, in multiple ways. How many different ways do I need to say it? Her dad put his hand on her shoulder. Come on, this isn't working. They left. She was crying again. Her dad looked tired. I went back to my shelving project. 3 days later, my phone lit up with texts from numbers I didn't recognize. Her friends, her cousins, her coworkers. All saying basically the same thing. How can you be so heartless? She needs help and you're just being spiteful. You must have really hated her to act like this. I blocked every number and turned off message notifications from non-contacts. Then yesterday happened. I was at the woodworking co-op helping a newbie learn how to use a router when my phone started buzzing. My brother. I stepped outside to answer. Dude, are you watching the news? No, why? Check Channel 7, right now. I pulled up the local news site on my phone. Top story. Local businessman arrested in investment fraud scheme. There was a photo of my ex-wife's ex-boyfriend in handcuffs. According to the article, he'd been running a Ponzi scheme for the past 2 years. Took money from at least 15 people, promised high returns on real estate investments that didn't exist. Total estimated fraud, over $800,000. One of his victims had finally reported him to the FBI. They'd been investigating for 3 months. Arrested him at his luxury apartment that morning. The apartment was rented, by the way. The Tesla was leased. Everything was smoke and mirrors, just like his former business partner had warned me. I sat in my truck in the parking lot, reading the article twice. My phone rang. Her mom. I answered. Did you see? She asked. Yeah. She gave him $75,000. The FBI says she'll maybe get back 30 cents on the dollar once they liquidate his assets and distribute to victims. That's less than $25,000. That's rough? That's all you have to say? That's rough? What do you want me to say? That you'll help her? That you'll do something? Like what? The guy's arrested, the FBI's handling it, there's nothing I can do. You could help her financially while she recovers from this. And there it was. The real ask. No. She's going to lose everything. She can't make her credit card payments. Her credit score is destroyed. She might have to file bankruptcy. Those are consequences of her choices. You're really going to watch her hit rock bottom and do nothing? I'm not watching anything. I'm living my own life. She's not my responsibility. She was your wife for 8 years. Was, past tense. She ended that when she decided I wasn't good enough for her. Her mom started crying, actual sobbing. Please, I'm begging you. Just give her enough to cover a few months while she figures this out. $10,000, $5,000, anything. No, why not? You got the same amount from the house sale. You can afford it. Because the second I give her money, I become her backup plan, her safety net, the guy she can run to when she screws up. That's not happening. So you're just gonna be cruel? I'm gonna be smart. Good night. I hung up and blocked her number too. Final update, 1 week later. This past week has been absolutely wild. The news coverage of her ex's arrest dominated local media. Every day brought new details, more victims coming forward. Apparently, he'd been doing this in 3 different cities over 5 years. Total fraud estimate is now over $2 million. My ex-wife's name appeared in one article as one of the victims. They didn't use her full name, just initials, but enough people in our social circle know. Her Facebook went private. Her Instagram went dark. Her best friend messaged me again. She's having a breakdown, can't eat, can't sleep, just cries all day. Her parents are worried she might hurt herself. I forwarded the message to her mom with a note, "If she's in crisis, please get her professional help." I cannot be that help. Her mom didn't respond. 2 days ago, my brother called. "You're trending on some local Facebook groups." Apparently someone posted about the situation. How my ex-wife left me for this scammer, lost everything, and now I'm refusing to help her. Comments were mixed, half saying I'm heartless, half saying she made her bed. I didn't engage, didn't comment, just let people talk. Then yesterday I got an email from my ex-wife. Subject line, "Please read this." I almost deleted it. Curiosity 1. It was long, pages long, about how sorry she was. How she'd made the biggest mistake of her life leaving me. How she didn't recognize what she had until it was gone. How she'd give anything to go back and make different choices. Then came the real point. She needed $8,000 to avoid bankruptcy. Would I consider it a loan? She'd pay me back $500 a month. She had it all planned out. I sat with that email for an hour. Thought about our 8 years together. The good times, the quiet evenings, the plans we'd made. Then I thought about her telling me we'd married too young. Her face in those Instagram photos with him. Her mom telling me I should fight harder. Her assuming I'd just be waiting if things didn't work out. I replied with one line, "I wish you the best, but I can't help you. Please don't contact me again." Deleted her email address from my contacts. Created a filter to automatically archive anything from her. Her dad showed up at my apartment that evening. I watched through the peephole as he knocked for 5 minutes, then left a note under my door. The note said, "I know you're angry. You have every right to be. But she's drowning. Whatever happened between you two, she doesn't deserve this. If you have any compassion left, please reconsider. Call me." I threw the note away. This morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls from various numbers. All people connected to her, trying one last coordinated push to get me to cave. I didn't listen to any voicemails, just blocked the numbers. Here's the thing everyone seems to miss. I'm not refusing to help because I'm bitter or want revenge. I'm refusing because helping her would be the worst thing I could do. She needs to face this. All of it. The financial devastation, the embarrassment, the consequences of trusting a con artist over her stable marriage. If I swoop in with money, she learns nothing. She just learns that she can blow up her life and someone will always clean up the mess. My therapist, I started seeing someone after the divorce, says I'm setting healthy boundaries, that I'm not responsible for fixing problems I didn't create. The woodworking co-op has been my refuge. I finished a commission for a coffee table this week, $1,800. Client wants me to build matching end tables next month. I'm booked out 6 weeks now. Started going to a board game night at a local cafe. Met some cool people who know nothing about my divorce drama. It's refreshing. Saw my ex's Instagram briefly before she went dark. Her last post was a quote about learning who your real friends are in hard times and discovering people's true colors. The irony was completely lost on her. Her mom left one final voicemail yesterday. "I hope you can live with yourself. I hope you're happy watching her suffer. I hope karma finds you." Honestly, I sleep fine. I'm not happy she's suffering, but I'm not responsible for it either. She chose to leave our marriage, chose to ignore red flags about her ex, chose to invest money she couldn't afford to lose, chose to get financially entangled with someone she barely knew. Those were her choices. The consequences are hers too. I'm just a guy who builds furniture now. Got a client meeting tomorrow about a custom desk. Another one asking about kitchen cabinets. Turns out there's decent money in this if you're good at it. Might start teaching beginner woodworking classes at the co-op. The owner's been asking me to consider it. Life's not perfect. Some days I miss being married, miss having someone to share dinner with, but I don't miss walking on eggshells. Don't miss wondering if I'm enough. Don't miss being someone's second choice. The house we shared sold to a young couple with a baby. They sent me a photo of the kitchen table I'd refinished, now in their dining room with a high chair pulled up to it. Said they loved that it came with the house. I didn't tell them I built it. Just said I was glad it found a good home. As for my ex-wife, I genuinely hope she figures things out. Hope she gets the help she needs. Hope she learns from this. But I won't be part of that journey. I've got furniture to build and a life to live. That's enough for me.